Hey, and welcome back to Perplexion, where this time I'm not going to be muted for half the episode, so I won't ruin it. But anyways, I did want to go ahead and show you what I've done since the last episode, the end of the last episode. I went ahead and started out on working on this area down here that I said I wanted to start working on. We said we wanted to do foliage, maybe lay out the paths, and do a little bit of our terraforming down here because we're going to do the custom terraforming, at least as much of it as we can around this area. That mountain is going to be another piece that we'll have to do eventually, but some of the smaller terrain stuff down here, just like this basic flat area, you can see I actually ripped out all of the grass. This isn't all of it. I think most of it is actually in this shulker box. I ripped out all the grass down here because I want to try something, and I want to try and hand place the grass. It's going to be tedious, but I think it'll help with actually placing it exactly where I want, so I can really pick and choose where everything's going to go, rather than using that bone meal and just placing it wherever. And I think it'll help to make a little bit more of a natural looking area. And you can see I laid out a bunch of light gray wool around here, and you can see if I go free cam, these are actually where our paths are going to go. Especially around this area near our cabin, you can see it's very windy, so it's not going to be functional, like super functional, I guess, or efficient. That's not the goal here. The goal here is to just make it look nice and really capture a certain point of view. So if we're thinking about where we're going to walk along this path, we're going to be coming around here. This will all be forest and everything, and right through here there's going to be a certain view right here that you're going to capture of our little cabin here. That's the wrong button. Of our little cabin here, and there will of course be more trees and more foliage, so it'll look more full and alive, not so flat and gross looking. But yeah, I really want to try and capture a certain point of view, almost like we're painting a picture. I want to capture a certain perspective and force a certain perspective from these paths and stuff. And even while I was doing this, I was thinking I don't really want to be able to see over to that side of the path. So like little things like a little hill right here can actually add a lot to our little atmosphere around here, just so that you're walking along and you feel a little more secluded down in this little path down here in the forest that leads straight to this little cabin over here, which is of course our storage area. So I want to go ahead and also let you know that I kind of smoothed out this area. There used to be a cave here, and this was a cave along with this river here. You can see I didn't go all the way this way with the dirt, because of course this will be covered up by the mountain, so it's not a big deal, at least not at the moment. So we can always change this if the mountain shape changes at all. We could always move that around and cover it up if we need. I tried to avoid doing any shaping because that's what I want to kind of do now, is just kind of go around, see where I want terrain pulled back, terrain built up like we want with this little hill here. Anything that I want to shape, I'm going to do actually in a little bit. I didn't want to do it while filling it in. I kind of want to just fill in these empty spots like this was here. It was just a giant cavern, and we can actually just dig a hole and see if this is just a facade down here with a mob spawnable area and a creeper that we're going to just avoid. So I'll just go ahead and cover that back up. But I didn't do any shaping. I guess I did a little bit, kind of just blending it with the terrain that was already here, just so it wasn't a flat square or anything. It's just got a little bit more blend into the terrain that's already here. It'll probably change anyway because I'm going to be shaping it, but I thought that at least for now, we could keep it kind of blended in with the vanilla terrain that we have around here. But if I throw this shulker box down super quick, we could see I did gather a bunch of materials that I think we could probably use. So I haven't fully decided how I want to texture the ground itself. So I think I'll go in with the path first, find a path design that I like. I kind of follow this light gray wool path that I have laid out, start to build our path out, kind of shape the terrain around it as I go. I'll kind of just go with the flow and see how I feel about how all the terrain looks and how it feels like walking on it and everything. I want everything to flow nicely, and I don't want anything sticking out. Another thing that I will want to do is maybe add some little rocks. We can of course do the tiny little rocks like stone buttons, but maybe some more boulder like formations around here, kind of not necessarily right next to the path, maybe a few, but some maybe tucked back behind like near some trees that aren't necessarily like super noticeable or visible, but if you're looking, you'll know they're there, and I think it'll add to the atmosphere. So I also have a bunch of the grass that we collected, of course, some podzol and coarse dirt that can either be used for the path or just patches around here. Maybe we could do further from the path, it gets darker, to give more of a simulation that it's well further away, and it's also covered by trees. I think that could maybe be a cool thing to do, because my goal is that you'll be seeing everything from the path. You're not necessarily meant to be walking off and wandering, while you could, and I still want it to look good up close. The main viewpoint is going to be from these paths, so I really want to make sure that that is what we're really perfecting around here, is the view from the paths. And then I also have some mud and stuff. The actual mud itself I think could go with the podzol and coarse dirt. The packed mud is just kind of a lighter dirt, if we want any lighter blocks around here. Another thing I've seen someone do, B-dubs I believe, uses the warped nylium or hyphae, one of the two, kind of just on the side of a path, and it just adds a little bit more of a blue and vibrant tint that's you wouldn't usually see, and maybe some lichen around here too to kind of blend it out. I'm not sure if I'm going to try that just yet. I'm not sure how it'll fit around here, but we could of course try it. We can always remove it later if we don't like it. But I think I'm just going to go ahead and just grab a bunch of materials. We'll just grab some coarse dirt, some packed mud. I think I'll leave the mud for now, and then we've got our shovel to make some path blocks, and we'll kind of just go in here and start kind of probably just taking the shovel first and making these path blocks, because that's probably what the majority of this path is going to be made of. And we can go ahead and start following our path around here with the wool, and go ahead and start really making our path here and designing the terrain. This is kind of what I came up with. I'm not super confident in it right now. I'm kind of hoping that after it sits for a little bit and I throw more of this grass around the area, of course more trees, just the foliage, I think once we get it in, it might sit a little bit better in here. I think it looks a little bit out of place, but so does everything around here without any of the grass or anything like that. Rather than doing a mixed path like this, I kind of kept it more of a clean path with a little rough edges, and I threw some grass along there, like along the sides of it, to kind of, I don't know, add a little bit of the foliage on the side and make it look a little more rough on the edges. I am okay with it for the moment. I think it'll change. I want to throw slabs here. I'm thinking either mud brick or oak, or a mix of the two, because you can't do packed mud slabs, I don't believe. But I think, yeah, I want to throw slabs here to make it a smooth transition. But I think I'll let it sit for a little bit. That's a great way to think about a build, is just let it sit. You can change it later. Don't go changing things right away unless it's absolutely a no. I think that letting it sit really helps you understand and comprehend what you built, and I think it helps with deciding whether you're going to keep it or not. So I think I'm going to leave it for now. I'm only going to go this far with the path for now, because one, we need to get more trees in, and also this is kind of the area that I'm focused on for today. So I'm going to go in with more of this grass and ferns and kind of try and place it manually. I'll see how it goes. I'm thinking I'll probably do like more bulkier patches in a few spots and then kind of fade it out into each other. Still have grass like spread out through the entire area. I might maybe make it too tall grass towards these back parts, maybe some too tall ferns every once in a while, maybe the occasional wheat as well. This is for these cows over here. You probably haven't seen this. This is where I've been getting my food. I'm trying to stock up on it because it's been a problem recently. But I have 2 cow farms here. This one's not fully functional yet. It's getting to that point. But anyways, this wheat I think could add a little bit of a pop of yellow every once in a while out, and like it'll probably be tucked back, like not super noticeable. Like maybe around here we could throw a piece just to add a little bit of a difference in color and variation and everything. So I'm just gonna go in, kind of like throw some grass down like this. This will be one of the like bulkier patches. We'll just gonna throw it in here. I don't want to use ferns too much. It's a darker piece of grass, and I kind of want it spread out. So kind of like this, that will be one of our bulkier patches. Maybe another one over here, and then I think we'll throw ferns in these bulkier patches, kind of darken them up like this, and then I think maybe at these trees we can throw some darker blocks underneath them, maybe to act as the roots. Maybe we can go grab some rooted dirt actually, from a lush cave area, because I think that could help maybe a little bit with the blending of this. And since it's rooted dirt, it'll, well, look like roots. So maybe it'll help blend these trees, and I think that already looks better, because at the moment these trees really look like they're just sitting on top, which technically they are, but I think this little darker patch below helps it blend into this terrain and show that it's got roots growing underneath the ground, and it's not just placed on top of the terrain here. So back to the grass and everything, I think I'm just going to throw some more sparse pieces around like this. Maybe we'll build it up along the tree here. We'll have to grab some bone meal. I'm not sure if I have any on me. It doesn't look like it. But maybe around these trees we could throw a little bit of a taller grass. Maybe a taller fern every once in a while. To kind of show that it's growing a little higher against these trees. It's a little less maintained and everything like that. So already I think that's starting to make this area look a little bit better. Obviously we're going to have to extend it around here, so we'll throw some extra pieces of grass around here, a fern in there, and we'll blend it into these other patches just like this, and then we'll kind of take a step back every once in a while, maybe blend it out to here as well. And yeah, I think that's already starting to make everything blend a little bit more. And then again right in here, oh, that looks like our storage area down there. We're gonna just throw some more of this dirt, dripstone and mud, to blend it into our terrain here. Just throw some mud, maybe a coarse dirt there. Kind of cover it up a little bit with the grass so that it's not super noticeable, but it's still there, just like that. Definitely dilutes it, which is kind of what I want. I think that's definitely helping. We'll do that same thing with this one here. Just kind of replace a few of these blocks. We'll go dirt, coarse dirt in there. Maybe another one there, kind of throw a piece of grass on there. And yeah, it's definitely helping with that blend. Just gonna go around and kind of do this to our trees that we have around here, throw in some grass, maybe the occasional wheat. Let's actually go ahead and do that now and see how it looks. So we'll harvest this piece of wheat here. And obviously we're not gonna see what it's gonna look like until we grab our bone meal. But let's take a step back. Maybe we can throw one like right over here and throw a little piece of wheat, or maybe we should do it in one of these bulkier patches just like this. Let's try right there, and then we'll go grab some bone meal super quick and I'll see how that looks. Alright, got our bone meal here. Let's kind of just bone meal that up just like that. Take a step back, and yeah, I think your main focus is going to be on this house right here. So you can still see it off to the side there, but I think it's a little bit diluted. Maybe we can throw up a tall piece of grass there, kind of hide it a little bit in a way. I think that's definitely going to help. Maybe we can throw in a fern like right around here that's also tall. We're going to have to throw a few more of these tall grasses around to make it not look so weird and make it stand out a little bit less. Just like this, maybe some against these trees here. I'll throw one there. Maybe this one here can be tall as well. I think that helps blend it a little more. I think maybe, say this one right here, we can also grow up. I think that's helping a lot actually with hiding this. Not only that, but also just adding variation in the heights, because this flat grass is not gonna cut it, I don't think. So I think that's helping. And maybe like right around here we can throw a little rock formation like we were talking about. So let's just grab some stone super quick. This is probably not gonna look super great because I don't have very many blocks on me to work with here. Maybe we'll go ahead and turn this bottom block into a tuff, just like so. Maybe like that. Maybe we can remove this piece. Maybe we should keep this stone actually. take a step back. It's not super noticeable. I think it kind of blends into that tree there. We could see it from back here. Yeah, I think that's kind of blending into the tree. Maybe we should throw maybe a smaller one right here, just like that. Just some little rocks every once in a while. Let's turn some of these into buttons here. Let's take a look at how we could place these. Maybe on some of these blocks around here, near the path. Also just throughout the forest here, we could throw some stones down, as we'll call them, because that's what they're meant to mimic. And you can see that one over there. Like, it's not super noticeable, but once you know it's there, it's definitely helpful. I think maybe another thing that'll maybe help blend better than that is some acacia saplings. I'm not sure if I have any down here. I can definitely check. Let's take a look. Acacia doesn't look like it. Let's actually just take half of these. Let's grab a fortune here. And let me just grab some acacia saplings super quick. Maybe if I can get any. There we go. I kind of want a couple of them. Looks like our inventory is also full. We'll throw some of this grass back. We don't need all of it. We have plenty. Let me just throw a little bit more down. Hopefully we can get some more saplings. Yep, there's a couple more. Oops. And then we'll also grab some string to stop these from growing. The idea here is that we can add a little bit of this orangey color to our terrain around here, which I think might work a little bit better than that piece of wheat here. So let's destroy that. We'll throw a piece of string on top of that so it doesn't grow into an actual tree. Let's take a step back. And yeah, I think that's going to work much better than our wheat idea. I think the wheat could be used somewhere else possibly. But I think especially right here, that acacia, maybe a few more of those in that patch. It's still like got that green, but it's also a little bit more of an orange tint. Add some vibrancy to the area, which I guess is kind of what that wheat was going to do. So we'll go ahead and grab that. We'll throw it in with these cows here. You guys can have a little bit of food. There you go. We got plenty of leather for anything we want to do. Another thing we could do is maybe throw some invisible item frames with some actual pieces of stone in it. That could be a cool idea. Keeping it a little bit more vanilla. Of course, invisible item frames aren't in vanilla, but it's definitely something that we could do to break up these stone buttons, just some other item frames and stuff with stones. But already, I think this view right here is coming together. Of course, we have to build up this area here, but I think this right here is already pulling it together. Let's go ahead and throw a few more pieces of foliage back here and check out how it looks. I went ahead and grabbed some of that nylium, like I said, the warped, and I think it works. Maybe not necessarily in this spot, so it might move. But I also used the lichen to blend it out. I think it's working. But also, while I was there, I went ahead and grabbed the nether sprouts and roots, and I thought that this blue could work, sprinkled throughout the foliage as well. And I think it'll bring in a little bit of color, some more of that blue, like we'll bring in with the nylium over there, and we'll kind of just bring it in with some of this foliage as well. And I think it works pretty well. Maybe not necessarily the sprouts, or the roots, I mean. I think they might be a little much. We can throw them maybe back further, against the wall here, tucked back in this corner. Maybe spread them out a little more. So kind of just like this. We'll do more at that area later. Maybe to bring more color to the back. There we go. I think that works. Can't really see them. You have to look over the grass there. Kind of just poking over the top and poking through the grass. I think that helps as well. And I think this area is turning out actually really well. We just have to do this to the rest of the area, and we'll have to build more trees eventually. But for that, I need to tear down pretty much like 5 more forests just for the leaves, because each of the, or just these leaves costed a shulker box full of each of these leaf types. So it's going to be a lot of grinding that I don't have the patience for at the moment. So now I want a water feature around here. I'm just not sure that a pond or something similar would really fit here. So I was thinking maybe probably around here. I think this is probably a good spot for it. We can build a little well. So I did grab some materials, and we're going to try out a little bit of a design here. I grabbed also a cauldron. We'll see if that's what I want. It might be a little too big for this well size that I want. I want it to be very small, just like one person kind of thing. Just someone's living out here and they need a little bit of water. So we'll throw this here. I think we'll go in with some fences. I don't know how we're going to do the actual cauldron, because I don't know if I want the cauldron on this like level right here, and you can barely see the water underneath, or if I want it hanging above it. So we'll try hanging above first. We'll see if that is maybe too tall, but we will definitely try it out. Let's see here. Just like this. I think this might be too tall. Yeah, I think that's going to be too tall. So we'll just have to go with what we got here. We're not going to be over here too close anyway. As long as you get the idea of what the building is, I think it'll work just fine. Going in with the trapdoors so we can make a little bit of a slope here. I'm going to place slabs along here, and then probably in the middle as well. And then I think that works, right? It's just a matter of the chain and the cauldron there. And yeah, I think that's going to work actually pretty well. I just need to go grab some water from this little river over here. Then we can throw that right underneath the cauldron here. We could probably throw some in the cauldron if we wanted to. But let's maybe remove that block as well. Oops. We're going to have to find a way to do this. We're going to have to break a block. It's a normal block so we don't waterlog it. There we go. And then we'll throw this offhand. There we go. I think that works pretty well, and you can still see the water, the blue in there, so I think that still works. I think that works just fine. But yeah, I think I like that. I think it's a pretty cool design. I think maybe we can see how this looks. Do we like that better? No, I think it looked better without that little piece at the top. Let's see if I can get back up there. Okay, I think that's our finished well. I think it looks pretty good. Maybe we'll do a little bit of a path. We'll continue this like smaller path that we have, like kind of through here. It's not going to be a super like noticeable path. I think we'll maybe let's get our shears out super quick. We'll just get these ones out. My other ones are about to break, so we're gonna have to go mend those up. I think this will work pretty well. We don't want it too open and noticeable, so we want some of the foliage around here. It looks like we might need a little more over here. We'll probably do that when we add the other trees around here. But I think that that works pretty well. It's just kind of off in the background, but it's still noticeable and it's definitely there. So I think that's probably done for the foliage down here for right now. Maybe I should... I think there's maybe a few trees we're missing some of this root down here. But I did grab some rooted dirt and I want to try some of that in some of these spots. Well, I think it might blend a little bit better. I think this one we haven't done at all. I don't have any of the other blocks on me, so I'm gonna just throw a few extra in here. Maybe replace this coarse dirt with that. Kind of blends it out a little more. We'll have to grab more materials for this area over here. Coarse dirt, a couple of rooted dirt. There we go. I think there's obviously more trees we have to do, but I think I don't have any more materials on there, but I'll do that in a little bit. I think it's looking pretty good. Let's sleep and take a look. I think that looks pretty good. I really am liking these pops of color that like aren't super noticeable, but they're definitely there if you're looking, and I think it really helps to bring out, well, more color, but also make it not so boring, along with the little warped, whatever these are called. I can't think of them. Let's check. Oop. Let's check super quick. Nether sprouts. These things are super helpful with adding variation, along with the warped roots. Can't remember the name of anything. Gonna have to breed up our cows here in a second. But I think this works pretty well for what we're going for. But I think it's time we move over to something a little bit different. And I think it's time we fully upgrade all of our gear to netherite. So I gotta go grab some sand and gunpowder for a bunch of TNT so we can go through the nether and start mining a bunch of netherite. Or I've just thought maybe we can run some bastions. I think it's maybe a little bit more fun. Just a lot less boring than TNT. If we can't find any more, then I will probably just go with mining it the old way with TNT and everything, and I'll come back and grab some. But I'm gonna go find some bastions. We found our first one. Let's just head in. Not super lucky. Let's just continue and head to the next bastion. And we got another one right here. let's go ahead and grab this gold first. I see a penguin brute over there, so we just got to be a little bit careful. Okay, we got a chest here, a lodestone. Didn't know you could even find those in there. Maybe we can set that up back at our either our base, or maybe we could set it at the top of the mountain. That could be cool. It doesn't look like there's anything else here at this bastion, so I guess we head on to the next one. Now this here is the bastion that I know. It definitely is going to have some netherite down in that center treasure room down below here. Yeah, this isn't working too well. I think we'll find maybe one more bastion, and if it doesn't have the netherite we need, we're definitely going to have to just go mining the old-fashioned way. Looks like we have another of the same bastion we just had, which is great because I think these have the most loot out of all of them. Gotta be careful up here though, because I don't have a way to shoot these guys beforehand. Head back to the overworld, gather a ton of sand and gunpowder. Might have to AFK at the gunpowder farm for a little bit. I think it's all been used for rockets, but we're gonna need that TNT. Okay, we're down at Y level 15. I haven't made the TNT yet. I have a decent amount of gunpowder and sand. I was in here with Blast a little bit ago looking for a nether fortress. We kind of want to build a wither skeleton farm. That won't be today though, but I do need to clear out my inventory first. We'll just find a shulker box and then we'll craft the TNT after I dig out a decent sized tunnel here, and then we will blow it up. And I'll probably grab a resource pack that kind of highlights the ancient debris, just so I'm not missing any, because I feel like I'm constantly missing the ancient debris whenever I'm mining for netherite. Oh, looks like we just found some just mining around, so here we go. And we're back. I did grab some more ancient debris while we were on our way back through the nether. So we have enough for 5 ingots. We have 22 pieces. Let's see. I don't know if I have... I do actually have more. I have an ingot too. So 24, that's what, 6? And then we have an extra ingot. This is actually way more than I thought I had. So this is amazing. Let's empty our inventory just a little bit. We'll just throw some netherrack and stuff, blackstone. Just get rid of some of this stuff out of our inventory. I just need the space so we can start like smelting this stuff down and everything. So let's start with the smelting of the ancient debris. We got a little bit of... We have an ingot and 3 netherite scrap already, so let's grab some ingots, some more gold. I did grab another pig step disc. I found another bastion on the way back, so that was helpful. I'm gonna wait until this is all done and then we'll make the ingots. Okay, we have 7 ingots. I don't think I have a workbench that I need here, so we're gonna have to grab some wood and make one. I believe the other one I have is probably like up by the mountain, I believe. So let's make a smithing table, throw it up here so we can keep using it. Let's see, what do we want to use it on first? I think first we go for our sword, right? We have a bunch of smithing templates, so if we need more, we can make more. So we got our netherite sword. There we go. I don't think there's anything else we need to add to this. I'll have to check on that. I don't think there's anything else though that I'm going to want to add. What else do we have? Let's go ahead and grab our toolbox here. Let's see, we want our shovel. We'll make a netherite hoe, because, you know, why not? Um, we don't really use the spider farm, so I think we'll leave that as diamond. And then everything else I think is good as is. So these two things, and then we can get our full armor actually. So this is everything that we're gonna need. So let's start with our shovel. We'll get the hoe. I believe there's an achievement for this. Yep, serious dedication. Let's see, use another ingot to upgrade a hoe and then reevaluate your life choices. I'm definitely not doing that. It is very worth it. Let's make our chest plate here. And then we'll get our helmet and leggings here. Boom, boom, and actually we have an extra piece. If we ever need to upgrade something else. So let's throw our whole nother armor on. Let's see how it looks. I think it looks pretty good. I remember it looking a little bit different. Maybe I'm just being stupid, but I just don't really like how the helmet looks. I feel like it's really bulky. I like the diamond one a little bit better. But I think I want to try and add some trims to it. So let's go ahead and check what we have. I think all of our trims are in here. We did grab a ribs trim from the bastion as well, or the nether fortress actually, that we were at. Let's see, we also have a trim in there. Where's that shulker box that we used? Here we go. Okay, so let's take a look at all of the trims we have. Let's throw these in here so we can take a look. Okay, so we have ribs. I think I do want to use that one. I think it might look pretty cool. Maybe coast. I don't know what that looks like, so we'll have to see. Not sure where eye or spire looks like, so I guess we'll just have to test it out. But what color would we want? Should we just use diamonds just to see what it looks like? We can always change it later. How do we make a rib duplicate? Let's see, if we do this, we are going to need diamonds and netherrack. That should be pretty easy. Let's grab our diamonds from here. We have some there and a couple blocks. I said a couple, we got 37. Let's grab some netherrack as well. Here we go. I actually had some in my inventory already. Crafting table. I'm like all over the place right now. Let's make just one more set of those for now. Let's see how it looks. Let's start with, we're going to be using our elytra most of the time, so let's start with like helmet maybe. What would helmet look like with this trim on it? I can't really tell what it looks like with this trim. I don't really see the difference. Ooh, I think that looks pretty good. The coast is looking pretty good. Spire, it's kind of just the rotated version, I believe. I think that I like that one better. And then eye, yeah, I think we're gonna have to go with this. I think it looks pretty cool. We could also go gold. I think we're gonna go with diamond just to flex how much stuff we have. So let's go ahead and grab that, see how it looks. I think it looks pretty good. Now let's grab our leggings and boots. Let's see here. Leggings, we'll go rib. What does this look like? We gotta grab some more diamonds out. Blocks. There we go. Rib, leggings. It's kind of just like invisible almost. I can see it there, but it's not as bright as I think I would want it to be. So maybe we can do it on the chest plate. Let's see what the chest plate looks like. I think it's just too dark. It's just not bright enough. I think that's not as good as I want it to be. So I think we'll pass on the rib armor trim for now. Let's go back to our leggings. Let's check out eye. Okay, spire. Almost looks like chainmail on the top. And then what's the last one? Coast. Okay, I think we might go spire. What did the eye look like again? Let's try spire. Let's see how this looks together. Yeah, I think that works okay. Maybe not because of that belt part at the top right there. I don't know if that's what we're looking for. I think maybe we'll try something else. We'll check in a minute though. Let's grab our boots super quick and see what we want to put on those first. Rib, again, too, like, invisible. Spire, it's got that same kind of chainmail thing. I don't think I really like it too much. I think we might go for the coast. I think, of course, I love the, what is it called? The ancient city one. I don't know what it's called. But I think that's the coolest looking one. So we'll have to upgrade to that in the future. I think for now we'll go with this, but we got to make another coast armor trim first. So let's take a look. Oops, coast. Diamonds and cobble. Let me grab some cobblestone right here. Okay, and then we should be able to craft this. Here we go. Okay, let's do our boots super quick. There we go. And how are we looking? I think it looks pretty good. I think I am going to change the leggings quick. Let's see, do we want to go coast with these as well? Let's see. We need more diamonds. Oops, I put them on. Let's see. leggings, diamonds, and coast. Maybe we do try rib. Let's just see what it looks like. I think it's too... just not there. Let's see what quartz would look like on this armor. I know we've just wasted a ton of diamonds if we're going to switch to all the quartz, but... I mean, you know. Ribs. There we go. It's just not there. I don't know why it's so diluted. Maybe we could go... the eye armor trim? Ooh. I think we're going to go with that. How are we looking? I think that looks pretty good. Yeah, I think we're going to go with that. And then our chest plate isn't done just yet, so let's find an armor trim to do with that. Let's see. Let's look at what eye looks like. Ooh, I think we're going to have to go with eye. I'm assuming this is going to be end stone here that we're going to need. Let's take a look. Yep. Here we go. Let's add this to our chest plate here. Out of diamonds again. Gotta craft some more. We've gone through quite a bit of diamonds just doing this, but it's alright. We got plenty. Yep. I think that looks pretty cool though. And we'll definitely have to change to that ancient city armor set once we find it, but I don't think we're going to have that anytime soon because I have no idea where an ancient city is. I think next episode we might be updating to 1.21 because the mods that I've kind of been waiting on, I think most of them are updated to 1.21. We won't have replay mod just yet, so hopefully that'll get updated really soon because I really want to get that done or get that added to the mod pack so that we can, you know, get the time lapses and stuff. But we haven't been doing them a bunch lately, so maybe we'll be fine. But with that, our brand new armor set, let's just throw some stuff away so I'm not holding anything in my inventory just yet. Okay, there we go. But with that, I think that's gonna be the end of this episode. We did quite a bit. Just to recap, we did do that brand new foliage upstairs outside in the forest. I think it's looking really good, and I think it's going to be perfect for what we're going for the entire forest floor. So we're definitely going to have to gather a bunch of grass and acacia saplings and some of that nether root and sprouts or whatever they're called to decorate our forest floor with. And we'll definitely have to add some life, maybe some like rabbits and stuff attached to leads, maybe just rabbits around. We could grab some foxes as well. That could be pretty cool. Just running around our forest. I think it's a big enough area that they won't really go too far. So I think that would be really cool to add some life. We added that well up there as well. I think it's looking pretty good. I think it adds a little bit more of that life. Just like someone's been living here in this building. And then we did go ahead and go to the nether, get our netherite armor, and all of our netherite tools here. We are fully upgraded now. And we got some armor trim too that looks pretty sick. And then we got our elytra here as well. It's actually unenchanted. That's not our one that we usually use. There we go. So it still looks pretty good. I think I want to try and use our horse a little bit more. I feel like we're kind of using our elytra more than I said I was going to. And I kind of missed the whole horse. So we'll start riding our horse around this area a little bit more. But yeah, I'm going to leave it here and I'll see you guys in the next episode on Perplexion, and I'll see ya.